Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Weekly Wednesday. My name is Amanda Waldhart, and you are here with Amanda'sInspirationStation.com. So, Friday, our new mini July through December catalog came out along with Celebration. Woohoo! Celebration will go from July to August, so it runs for 2 months. There's awesome, free, lots of awesome products in there. Please let me know if you do not have either of these. I would be happy to send you one. We are going to be doing, I know it's a little early for Halloween, and I always giggle because a lot of people do Christmas in July. And today I decided I'm going to do Halloween in July. So witches are my favorite thing. Like at Halloween time, witches are my favorite. My house is decorated in witch stuff. And then at Christmas time, which is my first favorite holiday to decorate, I love Santa Clauses. So, and baking goodies is like my decoration in my kitchen and in my house. It's all like the theme. But anyway, so when we got these two new fabulous Halloween stamp sets that are basically witches, I was super excited about it. So we're going to do two things today. We are going to make a card and just says, you've put a spell on me. So we're going to do a cute card, and then we're going to do a cute little treat holder. This is a very simple, easy treat holder. I actually made a bunch of these up for my bingo class last Thursday night. I made a bunch of them, and a couple weeks ago for Father's Day, I brought this out. It's the mini pocket envelope dies, and we made gift card holders with it. So this fits a gift card perfect, but it doesn't only fit a gift card. I have a little treat here, so I've turned this into just a little treat. They are super simple, super easy. This die right here is this die here, and then this. So I'm going to show you how to do that. For this card, we are using some stylish shapes. We're using the largest stitched rectangle, square, and the largest stitched circle, and then the largest banner, stitched banner here too as well. No need to fret about measurements or what supplies we're using. If in the link below, there is a free printable project sheet. It shows both these projects. It shows and colored pictures. It shows the supply list and the measurements. And then the video here is the step-by-step instructions. So I am going to briefly just turn here to the witch section because I call it the witch section. So it's on page 55. So here is where we have best witches. And then here we have our black and white designer series paper. That's what I used for both of these. Now I have mine. Now keep in mind, I don't have a lot left because I made a bunch of them up, but I wanted to show you something. So you have this 12 by 12 paper. If you cut this into fourths, which is 6 by 6, you do have enough to do these. There's some extra paper, so you don't necessarily have to do that particular measurement. I believe the measurement that I cut down, and I'm just going to take my scrap out here. Yeah, it's 5 1/4 by 5. And again, the measurements are in the project sheet, but you can easily just cut these in half and do it like that. This entire pack is all black and white. It's wonderful. It's fabulous. Who doesn't love black and white paper? It goes with everything. And then if you flip over, we've got this bundle. So we have the Best Witches stamp set. And then we have the Bewitching bundle. This one comes with a punch, which is the hat. So super cute. I just love this. I can't wait to share this project with you. And then there also comes washi tape, glitter washi tape. Now I know I feel like I have washi tape coming out of my head, but we haven't had washi tape in a long time. So I'm super excited about this washi tape. I'm not using it today, but I am super excited about it. It's super pretty, and I wanted to share with you because I like it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started. I'm also going to be using something else that I want to share with you, actually. And I don't know what page it's on, But if you notice right here, we're going to do a little bit of some heat embossing. Now, Stampin' Up! Used to have this a long time ago, and then they took it away, and now they brought it back, and I'm so excited. So this is our embossing additional toolkit. I hope they keep this. This is so exciting. So you open it up. It sells for $27, and you've got the tray to dump your powder in, which we're going to do. We have an embossing buddy in here. I missed that. But we also, they have added 2 new things that they've never had before. One is a brush, so that once we do this, which we're going to do in a little bit, if we have extra of like, you know, powder, we can literally just take our brush and brush it off instead of just, you know, getting it everywhere. And then they have these tweezers, which are the opposite. So if you squeeze them, it opens. If you just hold it, it closes, so that you can hold your piece, which we're going to do when we heat emboss, and you're not burning your fingers. Yay! So this is super cool, super exciting. I love this. I can't wait to do this. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's do the treat first. So I've already, for the sake of the video, I have already die cutted this out. And there's a score line, which you probably cannot see. I'm going to tell you right now, you probably can't see that. It's so, you know, faint, and it's on white. So there's a score line that goes right here like this. There's a score line that goes right here, and a score line that goes right here. So what it is there for, should we do the dark side? Let me see which one. Where's my little treat? Oh, right here. All right, so for this one, we did light. I did pull out a couple other ones that I made. Like I said, I made a bunch of them for my bingo. So I made them in all the different patterns. They're all the same front, but all the different patterns. So which one do we like? Do we like the black or the white? Ooh, it's a toss-up. I kind of like the black. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it like this and use our bone folder to score the lines. Now, how I get these straight is once I fold this, I literally just flip this over like this. If I do that first before I do this, I find that I don't get it straight very well. But, you know, whatever works best for you. All right, so now I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to varnish in those creases. And I am going to get out my multi-purpose glue, because I'm literally just going to put dot, dot, not a lot, dot, dot, not a lot. And then we're going to fold this back on there, and that's how simple this is. I love this die. I will never, ever, ever get rid of it, even if Stampin' Up! Ever, which we all know down the line, it will be discontinued someday. Not anytime soon, but someday. I just won't, because this is such a perfect gift card holder. I just love it. All right, so now let's go ahead and do some stamping and some punching. So first of all, I have this little piece here, which I did have another piece. I don't know what happened to it. I've already die cut it. So let's go ahead and stamp. We're going to get out our gorgeous grape. And we're going to punch a hat. And I'm just going to punch out a hat like this. Okay. And I've got these extra little stars, which I'm going to keep for something. I don't know what I'm going to keep them for, but I'm going to keep them. And we're going to do the hat too. So we need gorgeous grape, and I'm using Memento. You know, it would help, though, if I put my stamps on a block. I can't believe I didn't do that yet. So sorry. Oh, and Bewitching is, both of these are cling stamp sets. So with that said, they are cling. So when you first get them, they can be very sticky. Sometimes I need to actually get my poker tool and just kind of poke underneath them, because they can be very sticky, and you don't want to rip them. You know, you don't want to rip them. So let's go ahead and let's put our blocks on. And we got that one. Let's do our little froggy. And then we've got this one. All right, so we don't need the witch right now, though. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to stamp the hat in the Memento or Stays On, whatever. I'm using Memento because in my next project, we're going to be using blends. And you do not want to use Stays On with your blends because they are alcohol-based markers. So if I'm pulling out this project and I'm already using this, I'm going to continue to use my Stays On. So we're going to, got that. We're going to now do You've Put a Spell on Me, and we're going to do that in Gorgeous Grape. Perfect. And then we need Granny Apple Green. So let me grab my Granny Apple Green because we're going to do our little frog here like that. And there we go. And I am going to wash really quickly the You've Put a Spell on Me. And the reason why is because we're going to turn around and use it again, but we're going to put it in our Versamark ink pad to do our embossing. And so I want to make sure that, there we go, that's clean. All right, so I'm going to use the light Granny Apple Green to color in my frog because I stamped him in Granny Apple Green, so I want to use the light to color him in. Now, there's no dies for him or anything, so we're just going to have to fussy cut. Not a big deal. He's actually pretty simple to fussy cut. Ooh, my scissors feel funny. Ew. They feel like they have glue or something on them. Well, we're just going to get some different scissors here. Sorry, we're gonna get some different scissors here. There we go. So we're gonna, you know what, I'm gonna cut that around. All right, so let's start over. We're gonna fussy cut here. We're gonna move our paper. Yeah, those ones felt gross. Probably because one of my kids were down here using it. They probably did something, and I can tell you right now, it's probably my youngest. She has this knack for borrowing my stuff all the time and either never returning it, and then I go for it. Like, even like my hairbrush. Like, I go to use my hairbrush in the morning in my drawer, and nope, it's gone. She used it. And now I have no idea where it is. Does anybody else have these problems? All right, I am going to punch out just the part of the hat that's like the, I don't know what you want to call it, like the strap of the hat, because I'm going to just put a little glue here, and then I'm going to place that right there. Yeah, and now she's, not to complain, but now she's into my makeup. It's like, ah, no. All right, so here we have our hat. We're going to place the hat flat. Because, you know, I'm at that point in my life where I buy nice makeup for myself. I don't buy, you know, not so nice makeup anymore. And, yeah, I'm like, no, please do not use my powder. I will buy you some different powder. All right. So now I place the hat flat. I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up this piece. And I'm also going to use dimensionals to pop up the frog. We're going to do that like that. This is how easy this project is. This project is so not hard. So easy, so cute. And then I'm going to take a big matte black dot that is like stuck there. And I'm just going to put it up in the corner like that. That is how simple this project is. Now I have these little Hershey candy bars, which I did buy mine in a tray at Target. They were like $1.38 for 8 of them, but you can buy a 6-pack of them for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, just so you know. And I'm sure you could find them in your local grocery stores as well. All right, so there is a cute little treat. How simple and easy was that? Not hard. Here's another one in the black. Super, super cute. All right, so let's move on. I'm going to move that because I'm going to save that later. Let's move on to our card. We got some different pieces here. So we have our card base is basic black, and this measures at 5 by 8.5. And you can score it at 4 1/4, or you can just fold it in half like I do. I give it a little pinch. I use my bone folder to varnish in the creases. Okay, now we have 2 pieces of cardstock, different cardstock that are the same size. we have basic gray, because that's going to be my first layer. And then we have the basic white, which is going to be my inside. Both of these measure at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to get out my Stampin' Seal here. And I'm going to place that on the inside. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to stamp the frog on the inside. I do. I want to stamp him in the inside because I like to stamp stuff on the inside, and I didn't do it on the first one. So let's go ahead and do it on the second one. I already have a saying on the outside, so sometimes you don't have to have a saying on the inside. Sometimes it's just nice to do a little image. And I'm going to do the little frog in here because he's cute. So we're going to color him in just like we did with the treat. There we go. Gosh, I love our blends. Our blends are my favorite thing. One of my favorite things. Okay, so we're going to place this designer series paper, which measures at 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to place that flat onto the basic gray. And then we're going to turn around and we're going to place this flat onto the card. Okay. We're just going to do all that flat. So I have to share, we're going to be doing a few things with this card that I did as a beginner stamper. These were some of my very first techniques that I did. And often, I've been stamping now with Stampin' Up! Products since 2001. I will be, let's see here. What is today? Oh my gosh, what is today? Is today, no, today's only July 3rd, right? July 3rd. Oh my gosh, I'm so confused right now. Today's Wednesday, July 3rd. So Friday, July 5th, I will be a demonstrator for 10 years. So I have been stamping for a long time. The moral of my story is that sometimes some of the very first techniques that I learned, I kind of forget about and I don't do very often. So I want to do some. So obviously heat embossing is one of my very first techniques. But another thing that's one of my very first techniques is actually flicking around different images. So we're going to do that today. So let's go ahead and let's get out our memento and our witch. And we're going to stamp her first. And I'm just going to ink her up here really good. And I'm going to stamp her just like that. And then I'm going to still use my memento, but we're going to use a sponge dauber. If you don't have a sponge dauber, you can actually use a sponge. This is a technique that when I first started stamping, it was called flicking. And we're just going to flick. See how I'm creating a dark edge around the circle. And I just wanted it to give it a different look. And so we're just flicking. Flick, flick, flick. Something I haven't done in a long time, but I like it. I like it when this helps too if you're really trying to make something look like more antiqued or worn. It does that too. But see how it just gives it a different look, and I like this look. So we're going to do it today. All right, so let's go ahead and color her, and then we'll go ahead and we'll heat emboss. So coloring her, I'm using light Highlander for her dress. So I'm just going to go around her hand here. I'm going to do her dress. And then I'm going to come in with the dark Highlander. And I'm going to go over these little lines like this and her bow. And then like that. And then I'm going to actually do her hat in the dark. And I'm using more of the fine tip point. If I'm coloring like this, I like the fine tip point. But if I'm coloring like a bigger image that there's a lot of space, then I'll pull out the more of the paintbrush tip. And I will use that. But this is still kind of a small area, so I'm going to do that. Now, I have like a reddish, brownish, strawberry blondish hair. For those of you. It in the summertime, it's more strawberry blonde, and in the wintertime, it's more brownish red. But I decided I'm going to make her a redhead. So I am using the dark Cajun Craze. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to use the black for, obviously, the base, the band of her hat. And we're going to color on the inside of this. And we're going to do that. And her cape is going to be black. So every year when my girls would go trick-or-treating when they were young, there were a couple times I would go, but usually Chris would take them out and I would stay and pass out candy. And I always dressed like a witch. And I would answer the door. All right, so now we're going to use our light Granny Apple Green over these little bubbles. And I am going to kind of add some more like that. And we're going to use dark pumpkin pie for just the bottom part of the flame here. We're just going to do like that. And then I'm going to come in with the Daffodil Delight, the dark, and I'm going to do the top. This is giving it that two-tone look. And we're also going to use the dark daffodil for the top here of her hat. Okay. I'm using dark crumb cake for the logs. Like that. And then I'm using I am using Wink of Stella, but I'm using, let me see which color this is. This is the medium light skin tone. So I am using the medium light skin tone. And we'll just go like this. Should I just leave her like that? No. All right, so now I'm going to use the paintbrush side, and I'm just kind of going to go across like this. There we go. And then I'm going to use Wink of Stella because I want to use it on the green little bubbles. And then I'm going to use it on the flames. There's our witch. She is adorable. I love her. All right, well, I'm missing, there we go. All right, so now let's do some heat embossing. So we need our Versamark. We need this clean stamp that I cleaned that says, "You've put a spell on me." Because we're using black cardstock, well, and you can do this with any cardstock. I for sure, I don't want the white powder to show, so I'm going to lightly rub across my black cardstock here. This helps it to not stick to the paper, the powder, not to stick to the cardstock. Because sometimes you just can't get it off, and then you go to heat emboss and you've got these little white spots all over, and we don't want that. So I am going to bring out my little tools just in case I need them. And I have my white embossing powder. Now ours normally come in a little round jar, but I buy them and then I dump them in here. So, which technically I started dumping them in here because we didn't have this anymore, because then I could tap them off in there, but now I won't need to do that. All right, so I'm going to make sure that I get this really inked up with Versamark, and I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to, don't be shy. Don't be shy, okay? I'm going to see how it's already got those little specks. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to actually do it in our tray here. I'm going to do it in the tray here. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to flick it. I want to flick as much of that off as I possibly can. And I still have some white specks here. So this is where this brush is going to come in so handy. Oh, look at that. Love it. All right. Now that we've done that, I'm going to use this fun thing. My little tweezers here. I'm going to hold it. Now I have my heat tool here. This is going to be loud for a minute, but I'm going to turn it on. And what we want is we want this to, see how it's like a chalky white right now? you'll know when it's done because all of a sudden it will become bright white and shiny. And that's what we want. See how it's starting to turn? Here, maybe let me stand up and see if I can get this a little closer. I don't know if that's really working where you can see that. All right. That's good. So we can shut that off. All right, see how let me see if I can do this without. So it's now shiny. All right, so now it's time to just put our card together. So we're gonna use dimensionals on both of these. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get some dimensionals. I like that little height. And I love dimensionals, so there's always that. All right. Now I'm putting one in the middle of the square one because I'm putting something over it. I don't want the center to be kind of saggy. And I'm not going to do it as a square. I'm going to do it more as a diamond. So I'm going to turn it as a diamond shape here, and I'm going to just place it like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this over top. So it looks like it's in a diamond shape. Now I'm going to also put some dimensionals on the back of this. And then the only last thing we have to do is add our bow. So I'm going to place that at the bottom. And now we just are adding our bow. So I'm using the black and white gingham ribbon. And I've got my little bow maker here. I'm going to wrap it around the back. This is whatever is the top piece is now going to go under and through the pegs. So it is in the back part of the pegs. And now it's going to go through the pegs over the top. And we're just going to cross it like this into a knot. And if that was really fast, I'm very sorry. I do have a video that's a lot slower on it. It's probably one of my very first videos. I always tell people. So you got to scroll back a while. And then we're just going to pop that up like that. And then we're going to get some glue dots here. And we're going to add our bow. And we're just going to kind of add that right about there. All right, there is our cute, adorable witch card. You've put a spell on me. And then our little froggy on the inside. And then we have our cute little Halloween treats. This would be cute if you have kids that like to give Halloween treats out. Or maybe you're a teacher and you do that for your kids and for class. Or maybe you want to do it for your coworkers at work. Whatever it may be, it's just super cute. Maybe you got a book club and it'll be Halloween time and you want to give them all a little treat. It's just super cute. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Weekly Wednesday. Please, if you are not a subscriber to me, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please click like. Please share your comments. I would love to hear them. And if you need any of the supplies today, don't forget with a $50 purchase or a $100 purchase, you can pick out free celebration items. You can shop at my online store at amandasinspirationstation.com. And you can go ahead and head over and print the free printable project sheet. All right, I will see you guys next week for Weekly Wednesday. Thanks, bye.